woke up this rising blessed. But yeah, shout out to Del Siobhan. Her song always hits my level. Go check it out on all platforms. But we have amazing guests here today. Introduce yourself. Let us know who you are.
What's up, y'all? It's AntiHollywood. Thank you for having me today. I appreciate it. Shout out Love More. Shout out Indie Jams.
He's on a publicity run right now. He had his interview earlier as well. So how are you feeling?
Just for the rest of the year. That's it. So you don't catch me now. You're missing me for the rest of the year.
And he was just saying how you kind of like working right now. You're in that state to where you're just like getting things kind of checked off the list as far as like projects and stuff like that.
Yeah. I've been super busy like this last. Since this summer. I had some stuff go down this summer that was like really big for me personally, and it gave me a lot of energy because you know how emotions. I learned that you can use them as fuel. So I had a lot of anger, a lot of sadness and confusion. I just translated it into my work. So since July, I've taken everything to like the next level. Because I actually was doing music since like 2017, but I took a break. Like this last year in 2022, just like focused on acting and some other stuff. And after this happened, I was like, I gotta rejuvenate to get back out there. So it's the most serious I've taken it, the whole time.
So you're saying like in all of your career and your journey and stuff like that, right now you going the hardest.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like I didn't, I was always doing it like back 2017, 2018, 2019, all those years. I was just doing it, for fun, for the love, whatever happened when it happened. But obviously nothing's gonna happen if you don't take yourself seriously. So it wasn't until 2021 I was like, all right, let me get into it. But then I started focusing on acting more. And then 2022 I got in a relationship and I started becoming like a whole husband. I got my whole thing going on. So then I got out of that and I was like, I realized what my real love was, and so now I'm focused on myself since then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what is that like as far as like balancing being married in the music industry and just like showing up?
Well, I wasn't even like married, but like when I'm in a relationship like with you, like I'm gonna be mad loyal and like just gonna ride for you no matter what. So that it was no balance at all because sometimes when you're with people that don't understand, and like I let myself get consumed too. It's not just on another person. You kind of forget your dreams and stuff. But like I had gone back down to Miami for one of my last shows that I did in the acting, and being back on stage again in front of the crowds and stuff, I forgot like how good it felt. And I was like, you know what, like I wanna feel this all the time. Mm-hmm. So then I was like, I wanna take my music, my real passion. So I wanna take that more serious. I love acting, but music's where it's at. So I was like, let me just kick this in gear and just give it a shot. Like for as long as I can go, and I'll see what happens from there.
Definitely. Do you feel like you ever be able to get back to that point to where you would find someone where it would work and you would be able to find that balance, or you just kind of like, I don't even want to open that door?
No, yeah, for sure. I definitely think so because you learn a lot, right? Through every one of your experiences, you kind of learn how to handle it better the next time around. But I think, there's also a point where we need to kind of spend time alone. And I think, I'm not a saint, right? But I always want to give my credit to Jesus and to God, and like I have a lot I need to fix. So like I'm not a very good representation, but I definitely want to give my credit to Him because I'm in my isolation season right now. I've been obviously I'm with people and everyone like that, but like
I know what you mean.
Yeah, like what I'm saying, like so like I be pulling up to a lot of things, going out of my comfort zone. I be going alone, and God's making sure that I'm alone. I love my support group, my friends, but they got their own lives, so I don't expect them to be at everything I be going to, and so I've really been relying on. I'm driving in that car and I'm traveling, and I got God in the passenger seat, and so He's been showing me a lot about myself, and He's been telling me, He's prepping me for the next season. Even when I'm not ready and I fail, it helps me get better. So I know that this isn't the end. There's gonna be something next.
I just need a breath because y'all been speaking some real facts today. Shout out to God. Literally, I love it, and I feel like it doesn't have to be outwardly and open. Everybody's relationship with God looks differently, but as long as you have Him in your life, it's gonna look so much differently than not having Him in your life.
Yeah, it's true.
100%.
It's truth. I got a lot of. I have like a ton of Christian rap songs, man, but I don't release them because, like I said, like I'm not a very good representation, especially at the moment. Hopefully one day I can become better, but I'm a little rough on the edges.
That's real.
But I've come from like a very rooting for the other team, and so now I'm on the light, and so I definitely God has delivered me from darkness. So I know that where I'm at now, I'm gonna be even closer to Him it's all a journey, you know, and your journey in the relationship with God ebbs and flows.
That's interesting that you said that that you didn't want to release the music, and I say that because it sucks that like if you were to put it out, you may not get the best responses because it's like, well, you're saying this in your music, but you're not living it necessarily. But it's like people expect Christians or people who believe in God to be so perfect, but like we're literally all sinners. We literally are far from perfect. God created us imperfect, so it's just like there's this expectation, but it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like that.
It's true. I mean, I'm sitting on like a ton of music like that. Like, but like, you know, I got a song I played for you earlier, Trick or Treat. Like, that's coming out in October, and then I have like one called Silent Sky Blues that my whole family wants me to release. It's, you know, a Christian song. I'm like, I can't go ahead and release that after Trick or Treat because y'all gonna see the music video drop and this and that, and it's like, you know. So I think just over time, I just kind of gotta like mild my music down. And there's gonna be a fork in the road at some point, you know, and I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do, you know.
So do you feel like the Trick or Treat song or type of music would be the type of music that fans gravitate towards and stuff like that? So is that what's more on the agenda? Or it's just like a trial and error type thing, you want to see what works and what doesn't?
Like, so my real passion lies in like that, you know, the Christian type music, that stuff that hits the soul. But like, this stuff is more like, I'm just trying to doing it for the fun, you know, the Trick or Treat type music, because it's like that shit like when you're younger, like you want to be a little rock star and shit, so I want to be on the stage and like see my Trick or Treat, like propane, whatever, you know, go crazy and stupid, and then it's like, get out of my system, and then it's like, all right, now I'm going to come with a message, like, but, you know, I want to live out the dream real quick, be a little rock star.
Get it out your system. That's important because, like you said, getting out your system, but in the right way. Because I feel like if you don't get that out, it might come out in another way that's not so healthy necessarily. So that's definitely important.
Yeah, for sure.
I love it. So you said that you also do poetry and you do acting a little bit too. So how many hats do you wear? Like, what's the different hats you wear?
Nah, so like, you know, I'm the definition of a jack of all trades, a master of none, but I like to say a master of none is still better than a master of one, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to get the Swiss Army knife out here. So, you know, I have a very short attention span, so like I'll get distracted, I want to do this and that, whatever, but I'm trying to get better as I get older, to like when I pick something up, not put it down and done playing with it, like, you know, be persistent in it. So, yeah, I mean, I did the poetry, but now I translated that mostly into writing songs. But the acting was something that I started to do just as a side down in Miami, just trying to get some more money, and I found I actually enjoyed it, and you really become like close, like family with your castmates, especially in like the live productions.
Right.
So that's what kind of helped me pop the cherry and be able to go on stage and perform for music and things like that.
Even on the writing side, like what does writing mean to you, or what do you use that for in your life? So I mean, as an outlet, but like, what does that look like for you, the outlet?
You know, like, I guess, like I said, like it's an organization of my thoughts because my conscience is very stubborn and I'm like very like not in touch with my own feelings nowadays because I used to be more when I was younger, but over time you harden, and so now I'm not very in touch with that. So it's become something that like is more personal for me, like intimate. That's why, like, you know, I'm not a rapper, I'm not a singer, like I'm an artist straight up because like my art can show different ways, like whether I'm drawing, painting, music, whatever. But it's really just to kind of like dig deep into my art, so I kind of figure out what the answers are that I'm actually looking for.
Definitely, I'm excited. So, do you have any other projects that we should be like, you know, in the works for? Because I feel like artists, they be holding on to a lot of stuff. So you probably do have some stuff that you're like, I ain't gonna get to that yet.
Yeah, that's one of them is that Silent Sky Blues. Like, I wish I would have played it for you if I would have dropped it to the T earlier. But that one's gonna be coming out after I get some of the ignorant music out the way. And then I got like I'm trying to do my own, like engineer my own mixtape because I always go to the studio and have someone engineer my stuff. So I'm like really taking that time to go and just learn engineering myself, you know, take myself to the next level. So I want to do my first project mixtape that I engineer completely. So that one's going to be coming out 2024. I'm working on it right now. And yeah, that's basically what, besides Trick or Treat coming out in October, that's what I got on the plate.
Good.
Yeah.
So to step away a little bit from music and stuff like that, as far as like society and things, what's some boxes that society has put you in, or some things that you've been trying to like stay away from to rewrite the story for yourself?
I used to be like a little shithead back in the day. I've worn like a lot of masks too. Like, you know, in the last decade, I've been several different people, and you know, it's kind of crazy because you can really look through my photos. And each year I look like a different person. So it's gotten to a point now where it's like, you know, I look myself in the mirror and sometimes I'm like, well, I don't even know who I'm looking at anymore. You know, like I was trying to figure out who that guy is. But it's because I've been trying to place myself in a box for so many years. I feel like we're always worried about people outside of us labeling us, that we end up labeling ourselves, like, because we want to be somebody so bad, but like
something specific, but it doesn't have to be specific.
We're fluid, you know, we're always evolving. Like we're not supposed to be just one thing, like we're supposed to adapt and evolve. And so I think that's the biggest thing that I've learned over time is just that, like, to love yourself through every stage of life and just know that the person you are today is gonna be different. But never, I used to have a lot of animosity for the person I used to be because of the things that he did, the mistakes he made, and I used to want to go to war with him. But now I appreciate him because he had to suffer and go through those things, and he didn't end it, and we're here today, you know. So we made it together.
So what did that forgiveness part look like? Like, how did you forgive yourself?
Well, I guess like over time you just learn to, because I mean at first I hated myself. I got scars to prove it. I did a lot of things that were just out of hatred for myself. And so over time you just kind of start to realize that like you're human, you're allowed to fail. I think my relationship with God helped me a lot because I was searching for His forgiveness first, and then that helped me learn to forgive myself, because that's something you can't really do on your own a lot of times. I mean that's what I think, but I think He put something on my heart and helped me learn to forgive myself, because He's like, if I can forgive you, you can forgive yourself.
Yeah.
So that's really it is.
And I know a lot of people aren't necessarily spiritual, and I feel like everybody has their own journey, but just knowing that you can't do it by yourself, like it's some sort of higher power, some sort of something, because like you didn't just magically get here, and you're not going to magically get and maneuver through life just by yourself. It's too complicated, and it's too like complicated. So I definitely agree with you 100% on that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's something like you're gonna get exhausted really quickly if you think that you're gonna do this by yourself, and that's something I always want to do, is try to like do it by myself. But it gets to a point where it's just like you're gonna end up on your bedroom floor like crying, like just up to the sky. You know, you're gonna have to acknowledge that there's something bigger than you out there, because you need help. You know, this world's scary, and you know, I got the fear of God now, and before I had the fear of God, I feared everything else. You know, everything scared me. Now I don't scare of anything, because that's the only thing I'm scared of. You know what I'm saying? Because if He wants me to die tomorrow, I will die tomorrow. But there's also a peace in that, because if I don't die, that means I'm supposed to be here and there's something left for me. So you get a lot of peace from that too, just like relying on someone else.
Well, definitely. Are you like the type of person to go to church and stuff like that?
I'm kind of like very like unorthodox with my like relationship, and like I'm very like cautious of who I listen to also, because I have a very kind of like different way of looking at my relationship with God. But I do come from like a good family that my grandfather was a preacher, you know, but it's funny because the devil works so hard on the preacher's family, because like I said, I got the horns on me, stuff like that. I was definitely rooting for the other team for a while, doing like, you know, and it was shown in my life. Like I definitely think that spiritual warfare is a real thing. I don't think I know. And I've been like a victim to that, and I think all of us are, but at different levels. I had agents sent at me, and it's been like a big thing. So my relationship with God now has just been like more intimate, studying, and like He sent mentors in my life, because I think a lot of the church gets watered down. And like, no, nothing against the churches, but like I can't rock like the worship music or this and that they got going on. Like my Christian music more like of the earth, like human flesh. Like this is raw. You know what I'm saying? Like Jesus sat with the sinners, and that's the kind of stuff that I'm on too. Is like I'd rather have my church in the wild than go, you know, try to look pretty
and gloss over it, because it's not that. It's not all peaches and rainbows. Like it's literally the grimiest shit out here.
100%. So the church in the wild, like that's where it feels right, not like, you know, the pews.
Definitely.
Yeah.
On a more positive note, though, what's in this recent version of you right now? What's something that you've been like gravitated towards or found a new interest in?
I guess like I said, just trying to better myself in all angles. You know, my main thing for the last few months is like anything that makes me uncomfortable, I'm gonna do it, even if I suck at it. Like, which I've sucked at a lot of things I've done the last few months because it's my first time doing it, but. It's like I don't care, like, you know, because if I do this, I get comfortable with it. I just prove something to myself. Like even something as little as this is so dumb, right? But like I did my first backflip the other day, like, and I was like,
oh, you backflipping now?
Yeah, I was like, because I was always scared I'm gonna break my neck or whatever. I was like, bro,
do it right here.
Nah, I did it off the boat, but like. I was like, you know, if I let my head, like myself, tell me that I can't do something, even as little as just a little backflip in the water and stuff, that's a seed of doubt that you can't. And so I don't want there to be anything in my life that I can't do. And if I can't do it, at least I want to say that I tried. Because I have my song, Night of Swords, I say like, down with a big smile, because at least I know I tried. And that was actually a big song, of inspiration to me, because that whole song was talking about like, if I had more time, you know, and talking about things I would have done. And after I wrote that song, that's when I realized actually I do have more time. And that was what started this whole journey, is that like I said, music taught me something that I didn't even know was inside of me. So since then, I'm like, I can do it. And if I can't, I tried.
That's lit though. That sounds super fun. You was on a boat.
Yeah.
What's the most exciting, most exhilarating thing you've ever done?
Oh man, I don't know. Like, I feel like I'm always looking for something.
You're like a, what do they call those?
Like the junkie.
Yeah, like adrenaline junkie. Yeah.
I don't know. I have to think about it. But for as far as like what my new thing is performing, because like I love, the bigger the crowd, the better too. I love getting on stage because like, you know, I thought I would get nervous, things like that. I don't get nervous at all. It's more of like I feel like I own the stage. And I get all that energy. I like to look people in the eye. I like to get up in their face and, you know, feel all that energy coming at me. You know, what people maybe getting nervous about, I'm like, it gets me pumped up. Like, I get so hyped.
So when's the next performance?
Man, I got some coming on October. After this, I'm gonna actually be posting out some stuff and letting another new date. So just had one in Tampa at Summer Jam, shot promoter Dasha. So that was cool. And then before that, we had Snap Season with for Showtime.
Oh,
yeah, and he was doing all the crazy stuff out there too, man. So yeah, a lot of stuff coming out in October. But I think after that, I'm gonna be just really locking in, trying to do more of my project and get that locked out for 2024 coming up. So yeah.
Looking forward to it. Y'all gotta tap into this, man. Definitely let us know what's your social media platforms that we can find you and everything.
Yeah. So you can find me at my split ego AntiHollywood. That's my Instagram. I'm not being on any of the social platforms right now because I don't like Facebook, TikTok. I couldn't get into, and I hate Twitter, man. So find me on Instagram and check out my Spotify, AntiHollywood.
Definitely. Is there anything else, like a piece of you that you would like to leave with the audience before we sign off?
No, I guess, you know, I heard that you guys were doing the last quotes and stuff like that. So this is one that I have written on me. It's a tattoo, and this is something that like has carried with me. It says, "The last day you have on earth, the person that you became will meet the person you could have become." So that's like something that really hits me because I want to be looking in the mirror. Like, I don't want to be done with my life. There's no more chances anymore. And I'm looking at someone who's so amazing, and I just was too scared to go after it. And that guy is what I could have been. So it's like what Denzel Washington said about the ghosts around your bed. You know, I hear about that graduation ceremony speech. When he's talking to the kids, and he's saying that, like, you know, one day when you die, or in your deathbed, there's gonna be the ghosts of your potential that are gonna come around and be like, you know, in your talents, like, why didn't you use us? Like, now we gotta go to the grave with you. It's like, I don't ever want to have that.
Don't let that potential go to waste, guys. You guys literally have the power in your hands. God gave it to you. So we will be back with our last sign off.